All right, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Kevin. You're watching Smell Goods. Appreciate you coming through. Appreciate you hanging out with me for a little bit as we discuss fragrances and you get more insight into my fragrance journey. Hopefully, once again, this is becoming your place, your home, your channel that you come to for fragrance reviews, fragrance content. You have lots of other places that you could go, but you definitely chose to watch this video, so I definitely appreciate that. All right. Also, before we jump in, do me a favor. In the description, there are discount codes and links for you to check out. They do help to support the channel, but also help to save you money on the fragrances that you're probably going to be purchasing anyway. And also, t-shirt is available. Some of you all had asked about a t-shirt, and I've got a t-shirt that I designed. The Smell Good or Stay Home t-shirt is in the links down there as far as the store. Definitely check it out. Would appreciate that as well. All right. So this video today, I was like, okay, what can we talk about? What can we discuss? And so I was like, you know what? I do a lot of like clones for life and my top clones, my top this, my top that. More so, you know, I rarely get into and do just a full on top anything that is just dedicated to designer and niche. So I figured it's time to do that. My collection has grown beyond just clones and budget, and it's now moved into a decent collection of designer and niche fragrances. So figured it's time to give you kind of my top 10. And even as I say top 10, I'm not putting them in order. These are just 10. Let's call these 10 niche designer for life. Let's put it that way. These are 10 that I'm like, I like these a lot. I enjoy these, and I see these being in my collection for times to come, right? Now, the other thing also is, and this might be a not well kept secret, but anytime that I, or if I'm honest, any of us that do content creation in the fragrance community make lists, they're the list for now. This could change, right? If something else comes into my collection next week that just shifts me, yes, this could change. But this is as of, let's call this my top 10 designer / niche fragrances for life, the August 2025 edition. Let's do it that way. All right, let's jump into it. I think that I've given you enough fluff right now. Let's jump into it. Let's get the fragrances. Again, in no particular order. This is not a 10 through 1. These are 10 that I pulled off my shelf as I was going through, and I said, these are the ones that right now are my for life fragrances. All right, one should not be any surprise. If you've been on this channel, this was probably, I think this was my very first, what would qualify as a niche fragrance. This is the very first one that I got. It's from what I would consider an entry-level niche house. And it is one that has served me well, done well. I enjoy it. I like wearing it. Definitely a compliment magnet for me. This is from the house of Mansera, and this is Sedra Bos. Sedra Bos. This, the citrus and everything, leather. Yeah, this right here is one that if you've not had it or enjoyed it, I think it's a staple, right? I think that it's one that works very well. It does very well popping off of skin and all of those fun things. So if you're looking, as far as me, this is definitely one that I would say is going to be in my collection for times to come. All right. So again, Mansera's Sedra Bos. All right. Sticking with that house, we'll just go ahead and go with the other one that for me is, this is actually, when I did my rankings of my Manseras, this one I think was my number one, if I recall correctly how I ranked it, but it definitely is top 1, top 2. I might go back and forth between this and Sedra Bos, but this, more often than not, this one leans in this favor, right? This is the one that it kind of just edges out Sedra Bos on a consistent basis, and this is Mansera's Black Gold. That bottle is a little hard to see just because of, let's see if we can black it up. But it's a black bottle with gold lettering. But hopefully when I color grade this, that you'll be able to get it. But black gold, yeah, this is my Mansera. This is the one that I'm like, yeah, this is the one that will stick around. If I had to choose right now between this and Sedra Bos, and that's a difficult choice, black gold would win out. This is one that is just extremely versatile. Works in a variety of situations for me, but it's just a great smelling scent. The dry down and everything is phenomenal. So that would be the next one that I would say would be my niche / designer for life. Again, black gold from Mansera. All right. Now we're just going to kind of jump around, and I've got what I guess 8 more. Another one that for me is just, I've gotten it. I enjoy it. I use it sparingly because I do want to, one, I've got a couple of things that do this on a different, on a everyday level. This is one I break out for those nice special occasions, or just when I want to really just kind of elevate the scenario and situation. This is Creed's Silver Mountain Water. This one is for me just nice, citrus water vibes, what have you. I'm trying to think of the word I'm looking for, but y'all know. But this right here works very well for me. Definitely one that now that it's in my collection, I ain't letting it go. So Creed Silver Mountain Water is the third one that I'm going to mention as one of my for life niche / designer fragrances. All right. Next one up is one from a house that I have. I really do enjoy this house. I really do want to see them succeed and do everything, but I think that they put out some amazing stuff. I've not had anything that I've smelled from their house, and I've smelled, I believe, everything from their house, and nothing is a turnoff. Some may just be more my style than others, but everything from this house has been just like, yeah, they've done their job. This one is one that came out earlier this year that it's a different feel. It's a different thing. For me, this is one that I plan on keeping in my collection for a long time to come. This is Trace Orals by DayThree. This is, and you'll hear me describe it as a fresh gourmand. I know that doesn't make sense. I know it doesn't really flow as far as kind of when you're thinking about that, but go with me. When you have the sweetness of like plantains, and I think there's like brown sugar and some other things in here, but there's a freshness that comes with this. This is a light gourmand that works. It's not a hefty, heavy gourmand like an Angel Share or a Camera or something like that. It is a nice light gourmand that just works. I've worn it in high heat weather, so that should tell you right there that this isn't your typical gourmand fragrance. Definitely well blended, well put together, and something that I enjoy and want to keep around for a while. All right, that was the fourth one. Number 5 is one of my holy grail scents. It is one that the first time I smelled it, I was like, yeah, we're gonna keep this. We're gonna hold on to or we're gonna get it, I should say, at that point. And now that I have it, we're gonna hold on to it. This is my date night. This is my anniversary, not just a regular date night. This is my anniversary type of fragrance. This is my wife and I are celebrating something major as a milestone. That's this type of fragrance for me. This is from the world of Chris Collins, and this is Danse Sauvage. Danse Sauvage. Let me kind of angle it there a little better so you can see kind of that light bouncing off of it. But this, I want to say, I can't remember if it's rum or cognac, but it's an alcohol or a spirit in there, as well as like oud and cedar, and yeah, this is grown manish. This is baller type, not flashy baller. This is laid back in the cut, still controlling stuff type of baller, right? This is that type of fragrance, and this is one that is one of my designer / niche fragrances for life. Literally, I don't see this ever leaving the list. All right, next one up is one that is recent into my collection, but the first time I smelled it, this was also one that I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to get it. So shout out to my guy Walt over at Fat Boy Finesse. He's the one who actually sent me a decant of this, and I enjoyed it. I was like, bruh, this was it. And so when I found a nice bottle at a nice price, your boy had to get it. I'm talking about from Bond Number 9. This is Nomad. This is, if I remember, pear, rose. It's a fruity rose. I can't remember. I think there's some oud in this, but this just works. It just pops off of skin, pops off, and is one that it works for me. It's my type of a style, right? Granted, my style is a little all over the place. You can't really pin me down, but this one works for me, and wifey enjoys it too. All right, so that was Bond Number 9, Nomad. Next one up is one that is a designer that it's, to me, this powdery, ambery fragrance. We're talking Prada Luna Rosa Black. Yeah, this for me is always going to be in the collection. It's a niche designer for life for me. Definitely one that I haven't worn this to work. One of my coworkers wore it to work, and I was like, bruh, you wearing that to work? But this is definitely for me, evening, night out on the town, night out, especially when we get into the cooler months. I see this kind of being nice around a nice fireplace, just chilling, especially if you're having, here where we are, we still have, because of the weather, we still, will sometimes be out on, the patios at restaurants, have the heating fans going, and it's a nice environment, nice. That's kind of what the imagery that I get with this is, that this is just that type of a nice scent. So Prada Luna Rosa Black, Another one of my designer slash niches for life. All right. Next one up is one that is, I have the travel spray. This is full bottle worthy for me. This is one, it's a compliment magnet. I've gotten several compliments in the maybe 3 times that I've worn it. I had one, I told the story how when I wore this, I was out with some friends. I shook one of my guys' hands, dapped him up. We sat down at the table and he leaned over. He's like, bruh, what is that you're wearing? Because it's still on my hand. Yeah, that's what this fragrance is. This is Soul Cafe. See if we can get it to, let's try it that way. There we go. Soul Cafe from Savoir Faire. Savoir Faire is everywhere. But Savoir Faire with Chris Classic, the orange, and I think the coffee. This is a fragrance that is going to be full bottle. In fact, I'm probably going to Atlanta in a couple of months, and we'll see if I can have things ready to go so that when I drop down there, be like, hey, go ahead and just go ahead and put that in the bag, right? That's this type of fragrance. So Soul Cafe, it's a travel spray right now, but trust me, this is going to become a full bottle and stay in my collection. It is one of my niche designer for life. All right, next one up is one that is this got me through a lot of this spring, and you can tell even by, because I just got this earlier this year. You can tell by the dent in it that your boy has been wearing this. This one is from DayThree. This is Eau Intense Vetiver, and the citrus, the vetiver, all of that stuff just works for me. It is a great, for me, this is a great kind of everyday scent. This is one that I've worn to work multiple times. It's one I've worn just kind of out and about. It's an everyday type of scent. This could be, in some respects, I believe, a signature scent, especially for the spring and summer months. Definitely works for that. But this is one that, if I'm looking at 10 to say will be in my collection for life right now, this definitely fits the bill. Sedra Bos, Eau Intense Vetiver. All right, and then the last one, number 10. Again, not in any particular order, not rank them 1 through 10, just counting this, the 10th one I'm giving you. This is one from the House of Nazar, and this is Royal Paradise. When I first smelled this, I was like, this was my second fragrance that I smelled from Nazar. The first one being Mango Tobacco, and that's just kind of how, when I got them, I kind of pulled them out and smelled them. But this one, I was like, that's it right there. And this is one that I've worn multiple times. This is my spring. This is a easy reach for me for the spring and the summer. And with the 50% oil concentration that he uses, it sticks around. So you don't have to spray a whole lot. You don't have to overspray to make sure that it sticks around. This will stick around, and it does a great job of doing what you want it to do for the spring and for the summer, which is one, just having you smelling great, but also two, commanding a little attention, not overbearing, but does command a little attention for you. Again, this is from Nazar. This is Royal Paradise, and that was my 10th fragrance that I gave you as far as my 10 designer slash niche for life. Deep breath. All right, so that's it. I think that's it that I want to give you. Honorable mentions. If I give honorable mentions, just because I saw it out the corner of my eye and I was like, yeah, it gets an honorable mention. Honorable mention is definitely this one right here, Triumph of Bacchus from Argos. Yeah, this is one that I definitely enjoy. I just haven't had the chance to wear it a whole lot since I've gotten it, but I'll probably spend a little more time with it. But that's it for this one. Do me the favor, of course, as always, stay safe, stay sane, stay smelling good. And then check out the videos that are around, and see you next time. See you next video. Have a great one. Be blessed. Peace.